Today I thought it would be fun if we looked at 10 weird things that actually are bigger in Texas. It's an inevitable list for this channel, but we're not going to do the generic things that everybody knows are bigger in Texas, like the state capitol, buildings, and that kind of thing.
The state capitol is a building. Duh.
This is my weird channel, so these are weird things. Before I get into the list, if you could do me a favor and subscribe, I've actually set a target. When I get to 100,000 subscribers, I will give you a full Editor Diane video.
Wow, that is so tacky.
Harsh, but fair. So if you're not already subscribed and that is an incentive to you, go ahead and do it. And coming in at number 10, the first thing that I found weirdly to be bigger in Texas was the roadkill. In Ireland, when you're driving along, sure, there is roadkill, and rest in peace, little animal, because that's sad and your life is now gone. But in Texas, I have to say, the first time me and producer Lenny saw roadkill, we were very taken aback, because we kind of thought it was a little human. Thankfully, we didn't run over any animals or anything, but I'd imagine that would have a big impact on your car. But yeah, the size of it was shocking. Next up, the dollar store. And can I just say, I am in love with the dollar store. We have pound shops here. They're actually euro shops now, I guess. And yeah, they're cool. And I would imagine if you came over to Ireland, you would find the stuff in them cool because it's different than what you're used to. And when we went over there, we spent like a good deal of time in the dollar stores because obviously the merchandise is completely different to what we have here. But also, your dollar stores are huge and everywhere. They were being run like little convenience stores, but they were absolutely exhausting to walk around at times. I probably should go back to the gym in the new year. The stuff in dollar stores is absolute rubbish, but it was a novelty for us, so we really enjoyed walking around. And there was actually quite a few things that we needed to pick up for the trip there, so yeah, dollar stores big. The next one I had heard of almost mythically, but when I got there, I saw it in first person, so it was hair. Yep, people like to jack their hair up to Jesus, as they say, and my God, they sure do. I'm a big fan of an old back comb, so I found this endearing. A couple of times I saw ladies walking around, and I was really tempted to ask them how on earth they managed to do it so well, because yes, I do the back comby hairspray flatteny thing, but it just was nothing like a Texas person. Their hair is amazing. The next thing that's really big in Texas is choice. We had the choice of so many restaurants, so many malls, so many activities that we really had to just narrow it down to what we very, very much wanted to do and put on camera for you guys. But we definitely could have stayed there even longer, and yes, we probably will go back at some stage to do another trip because there was just so many things to choose from. I don't know how you could possibly get bored in Texas. The next weird thing that's extremely big in Texas is cows. And I don't mean like you're really big on loving cows, which actually you probably are a little bit, but physically your cows are humongous. Do you feed them steroids or something? I would imagine you get a lot of milk from a cow in Texas because they're about the size of my house. But the cows that we passed on our travels definitely deserve their own spot on this list, because holy mother of divine Jesus, they were big. Coming in at number 5, it's food. This one should be no surprise. You guys pride yourself on making humongous things. At one of the meet and greets, one of the patrons brought along this huge donut for me, and no joke, it was literally bigger than my head. But even stuff that isn't a novelty, like regular food, is much bigger. The burgers, for example, in the fast food eating video, I commented they were absolutely humongous. And the portion sizes you guys had warned me about are also huge. But yes, making comically large items seems to be a thing that Texans do for fun, for crack. Irish crack, not American crack, though I'm sure maybe they do it for American crack sometimes. In at number 4, it's a train. I don't know, was this called a freight train? It seemed to be transporting goods rather than people, but one time me and Lenny were driving along the road, and no joke, for a solid 20 minutes we were driving the length of a stopped train. It was so long, and explaining this to somebody who didn't see it or hasn't seen one or heard of one before, it's impossible because it sounds like I'm exaggerating. This train went on for miles. To the point that me and Lenny were wondering, do they have little motors in each of the things or every couple of things? And then we were looking for the motors, but we couldn't see them. I'm sure you'll let me know in comments where the motors are, because I couldn't see that they could just be dragged along that way. Anyway, it's a curiosity I could probably just Google, but you know, what are you guys there for? Do your job. Explain how those trains work to me. Next up, something I noticed that was extraordinarily big and weirdly so was men's hoodies. In Ireland, getting an XXL in something is tricky. You can get one, usually in TK Maxx, aka TJ Maxx in America. And some other stores will usually have a limited amount of XXL. But in Texas, getting an I've lost track. Getting a really XL jumper / hoodie is pretty much everywhere. And to be honest, I didn't see anybody that I thought would fit into one of them. So yeah, I guess the men would also be pretty big. So to sum up, clothes sizes are phenomenally big in Texas. This next one, I guess you could call it wishy-washy, but I really couldn't make this list without putting it on. It's Texan personalities. You guys go hard or go home. You don't go home. You're in Texas. You're already home. The personalities are huge, which is actually a really lovely thing. You also do have a wee tendency to try and one-up people all the time. Like, if I said it's cold, you'd be like, this isn't cold, you should see cold. Or if I said, today is really hot, you'd be like, this isn't hot, you should see really hot. But yeah, you guys laugh loud, and you're a lot of fun, and yeah, you're just big personalities. And the number one weird big thing in Texas is something that started before we'd even left Ireland. It's your enthusiasm for barbecue. We had the opportunity to experience the joys of Texas barbecue while we were there, and honestly, how could we not? It was such a big deal to everybody, we had to do it. But you guys are mad for your barbecue. You love it so much. Every second person that we met in Texas commented and told us to experience barbecue. I'd never seen a type of eating, is that what you'd refer to it as, met with such enthusiasm. Yeah, we do have barbecues in Ireland and they're great. I'll probably have a barbecue over Christmas. I'll put it up on my Instagram if you're interested. But you guys are passionate about your barbecue, and that's something I've never seen before. Bigly passionate. Bigly isn't a word. Today's shout out goes to Kevin Swiger, who just wanted to take the opportunity to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is a picture of his late wife, who shares my name, Diane. I also want to take this opportunity to shout out my old pal Grimm. Me and Grimm have great chats over on Patreon. He has his own YouTube channel and he's doing a load of different things on it at the moment, but we like exchanging tips and ideas and all that kind of thing. So if you do want to go check out a new channel, the link for that will be in the description below. And that's it. I'm kind of thinking of doing a list of 10 weird things that are actually smaller in Texas. If you want to see that, and indeed if you have any suggestions for weird things that are smaller in Texas, comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you later in the week. Bye. That sounded weird. Tell the editor she's a big old meanie.
You say mean, I say honest.
That told you. Don't mind the small dog walking around in the background. He's a bit distracting. And no joke, it was literally bigger than my head. Why did I find that sentence so hard to say? If I can get to 100, when I get to 100,000, so many malls. Hey Chewy. Guess what? Dogs are bigger in Texas. Doggies are bigger in Texas. Do you think you can handle those doggies? Tell them what you'd do. Are you mad? Yeah? And then what?